To another edition of the Metal Void.
A very special edition, Alan.
They're all special editions these days.
You know what? This is a very, very special edition because we're going to focus on 4 bands.
There you go.
So the story is this.
First of all,
yes,
we're going to go to a new segment we tried out. She got some positive feedback.
Oh yes.
And we found a name for it.
What?
The 6 broken craniums due to headbanging. Okay?
I like that.
So in 6 moves, we got to go.
It just flows off the tongue.
Yeah, that's it.
It flows off the tongue.
Write in your suggestions. We'll be happy to use it. We're struggling with this one, so.
Okay, go.
So six headbanging moves.
Go.
So we're talking going from one artist to another artist in 6 moves. Today's question.
What is it?
How do we go from Van Morrison to Marilyn Manson?
Ooh.
Van Morrison to Brown Eyed Girl, Gloria, to Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson.
Alright, so we'll do our show. Think it over while we're doing our show, and I'll give you the answer at the end of the show. So here we go.
I'm actually awaiting the answers.
We receive hundreds and thousands, and millions of suggestions of bands to check out, links, suggestions from the viewers, and recently, we take the time. We can't get through everything. We try as much as we can, but there's 4 that have really stood out for us, and we want to bring them to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
The first band, Jim, out of North Carolina, US of A.
Final Curse.
Final Curse.
And you know what I love about these guys?
What's the name of the album, Jim?
Way of the Accursed.
Way of the Accursed. Final Curse?
Way of the Accursed.
There you go.
Here you go. You can hand it.
I'll hold it.
I'll hold it as we're going along.
So as you can see, they have an actual CD.
Yeah. And they actually sent us 2. And that's another bonus. What I look for in bands, Alan, is bands that you know they're dead serious. Number 1, they can give us a promo CD.
There you go.
Which means you're serious. You want people to criticize and review your music. And you want people to hear the music. They tour, they have a Facebook site or a MySpace site, or they have a website. They're dead serious. And here's a band that is all that. I mean, here's an indie production. And it sounds like some major production by some major, producer.
Very well produced.
Sounds very similar. It's thrashy. It's doom-like. It's kind of, I would say, Megadeth-istic. Would you say that? Megadeth?
Yeah, because of the vocals.
The vocals. Very gruff.
Yeah.
He's got his unique... One thing about all these bands...
Some of the songs, the drumming on it is unbelievable. You want to talk about fast double bass drums. Where are they going with this? You
think, you put on one track, it's thrash. You put on another track, it's more doom and more mid-paced. But overall, it's a very good album, and everyone should go check them out, or pick up that album. Just send them. We'll put all the music in the sort of like description of this episode, and you could check out all the music there.
Here, check them out for yourself.
Yeah. You see? All right, here comes the next one. You ready?
Yes.
Serpant Saints.
Serpant Saints. That's one of the ones from Emun's Music over in France.
Yeah, but they're not from France. They're actually from
The Netherlands.
Denmark.
Denmark.
A wonderful
My
country.
mistake.
Home to Merciful Fate.
And Jim.
Big fan of Merciful Fate.
Apparently, because some of these songs, not only do they have a cover of a Merciful Fate song called Come to the Sabbath,
yeah,
but a lot of the songs in there, they've influenced for me. That's what I called you up and said, hey, Jim, you're going to love this band. You're a big Merciful Fate fan.
Yes.
You're going to love this band as well. Serpent Saints.
I mean,
the name of the album
Serpent Saints is...
All Things Metal.
All Things Metal. I forgot it. I'm getting old, Alan. I'm getting old. All Things Metal. And this is...
I enjoyed that as well.
The vocalist. Another unique voice.
A little higher in the range. King Diamond-ish.
I would say yes, you could hear that he's influenced by King Diamond, but he's more of the lower range, the more gruffiness of King Diamond, the lower vocals, but you know he can hit those highs, and he's probably not, and I don't want to say this in the wrong way, he's not as annoying as King Diamond. But King Diamond for me is not annoying.
Maybe a little bit more consistent.
I would say he's more in the deeper tones, the gruffy stuff, but they do a marvelous rendition of Come to the Sabbath. And so check out Serpent.
It's a pleasant surprise for me. We were working through some of the other bands that...
galloping guitars and bass and drums. And again, you know, you won't be disappointed in all the tracks of this album.
Serpent Saints, All Things Metal.
Hold that, Alan. Next one, out of Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia. Here you go. Their name is Volpal Nomad.
Vorpal Nomad.
Vorpal Nomad.
That's right.
How did you like it?
Oh, Jim. First listen, you're like, okay, you know, you're kind of distracted doing other things because you got so much of this music you want to get through. But I can't stop listening to this. Ever since I got it, I've been putting it on. I'll give it a second listen, a third listen, and I find it playing in the car at all times. What a great, and it really has a bit of everything.
It's original.
Some of it a classic sounding. Also has some proggy influence on there. The artwork. Let's get into the artwork, Jim.
Okay, well.
This came from Colombia.
Now, his name is Felipe. He's the lead singer. I'm just going to give you his last name. Felipe Mercado Franco. If I mispronounce your name, sorry, Felipe. Felipe does, not only is he an amazing vocalist, but he also does graphic work for big bands like Blind Guardian.
There you go.
Iced Earth.
Jeez, you got some great
Emerald
covers.
Sun, Axel Rudy Pell, Rhapsody of Fire, Blaze Bailey, Pyramaze. He's a graphic designer. He's an artist, basically. He's out of Colombia. He's based out of Colombia. And
watch the show? He watched the show and wrote in?
He watches the show. He loves the show, right? Felipe, you love the show, right? He wrote in and he asked me, Jimmy, can you please review my band? I listened to just one track. I go, send me your CD. And you know what he did? He sent us 2 copies. There you go, Alan.
This is a great album.
It's called Hyperborea.
Hyperborea?
Yes.
Strongly recommend this.
And just to end off on that, it's thrashy, it's progressive, it's melodic. And again, I mean, a solid album. It kind of reminds me like a discovery you made in the 80s. I mean, the production is raw, but it's still produced well enough to sustain you throughout the whole album.
Especially the last song, there's a bonus track called Jack-O-Lantern.
Yes.
And it kind of brings you back to early Halloween. Maybe just because of Jack-O-Lantern I think Halloween, but there's also something in there that's quite brings you back to the classic sounding 80s metal.
Yes.
On that particular track, per se.
So check them out.
Mariner screams, and sooner than expected.
the other one we've been listening to is Gypsy Hawk.
Gypsy Hawk.
Is a band from some ex-members of a White Wizard and some other bands that were well known, maybe more on the death metal, darker side. This is a straightforward rock and roll album.
Very bluesy.
A little bit of gruff vocals.
Yes.
Like Mastodon, maybe?
I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say they got that driving beat. They just wanted to get back to easy, do-it-yourself, simple, head-forward, hard rock.
Yeah.
And there's a band they've been touring, Gypsyhawk. They got an album out called Revelry and Resilience.
They're on Metal Blade Records. Everybody, Metal Blade Records is an amazing metal label. If
you like hard rock, straightforward hard rock, you're going to like Gypsy Hawk. Check them out. These are 4 that stood out for us.
Yeah. I just want to add this. They're from Pasadena, California.
Pasadena, California.
Yeah.
And there we go. We wanted to get these out to you as soon as possible so you can get on their links, buy the music, and check them out and enjoy them as much as we did.
You will not be disappointed.
All right, now the answer you've all been waiting for.
I've been waiting
from Van Morrison, ex-singer of Them.
Yes.
Such hits as Brown-Eyed Girl, Gloria, classics going all the way through to Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
All right. Van Morrison's album, Tupelo Honey.
Oh.
Had a little guitar player on there called Ronnie Montrose.
Yes.
Ronnie Montrose leaves, of course, forms his own band called Montrose. With a little singer called Sammy Hagar.
Yes.
Sammy Hagar leaves Montrose. Forms his own band. Part of that band was Jesse Harms on keyboards. Played with him in the Wabaritas.
Okay.
And Jesse Harms, not only does Sammy Hagar replace David Lee Roth, as you all know, in Van Halen, but Jesse Harms actually plays the keyboards on Eat 'Em and Smile, David Lee Roth's first album. David Lee Roth forms later on, late in his career, the DLR band. With a fellow called John Lowry on guitar.
Okay. Yes.
John Lowry changes his name to John Five.
Oh,
and becomes the guitar player for Marilyn Manson. And that's how we go from Van Morrison to Marilyn Manson in 6 easy connections.
And what do you call it? Headbanger breaking your head? What?
6 broken craniums due to headbanging. Write in your suggestions, we'll be happy to use them.
Check out the music below in the description for all 4 of these bands.
And thanks for tuning to another episode of The Metal Voice.